Hi, I'm Jason Knight with Alderleaf Wilderness College, where one of our main curriculum areas is wilderness survival skills, including emergency skills, bushcrafting, and what some call hunter-gatherer or primitive living skills. Today I'm excited to share with you about a stone tools making technique called bipolar percussion. In survival, one of our most important tools is a blade, and often what defines a survival situation is the fact that we're out there without our equipment or it's been broken or lost. So knowing how to quickly turn a common stone you find in the river into a working blade that you can use to take care of many of your survival needs is a very important skill. One of the first steps is to identify the material you're going to use to make into a blade. Stones that are high in silicate content and have a fine grain work great, and those can be found everywhere along creeks and rivers and lake shores. Around here in the Pacific Northwest, one of those very common rocks that you can find everywhere is a material called basalt. Again, it's fine grained. Our basalt is gray colored, it can be light to dark gray to black, and it has a high pitch when you bang on it with other stones, so it breaks apart really well. So the next step is to get the things we need to break apart the stone properly. One of the most important items is an Anvil Stone. So this is a stone that's got more mass than the hammer stone and the basalt stones we're going to be breaking apart. So something that's about a football size or larger that has a flat spot. Next, we're going to need some hammer stones. They also need to have more mass than the stone we're breaking apart. So something that's relatively heavy, but you can still fit in your hand and control and has a flat spot on the bottom. And then next we need our parent material, the stones we're going to turn into blades. And these would be that basalt material, and we want it in the shape of a skipping stone. So if you can find 5 to 10, 20 of these, they don't all break the way you want them to, so having more than you need is what's important to be able to have one that turns into the right shaped blade. So like the name says, bipolar percussion, we're breaking our skipping stone from pole to pole. We're going to place our skipping stone of basalt onto the anvil with one tip on the anvil, the other tip where we can strike it easily with our hammer stone, and we're going to come straight down onto the stone with our strike with enough force to break this in half. The bipolar percussion is sending a force through both poles of the stone, splitting this directly in half, making a blade. So once you've broken these with bipolar percussion, you can then start using these cutting edges as is. I have blades here on these pieces that I just broke apart, so I could carve a notch in a bow drill or cut a string, skin an animal. Learning basic stone tools with bipolar percussion is just one of many wilderness survival skills we teach at the Alderleaf Wilderness Certification Program. We cover survival shelters such as debris hut, making friction fires using bow drill and hand drill, survival water purification with burn bowls and rock boiling, primitive fishing techniques with fish spears and bone hooks, among many other survival skills. All of these wilderness survival skills, they develop our inner resourcefulness, our problem-solving skills, and give us incredibly rich connection to nature. If you'd like to learn more about the wilderness survival skills we teach, visit wildernesscollege.com.